Hi, this is to all my friends at the Ipswich Council on Aging. I'm Joanne MacInnis from Aberdeen Home Care. I visited your wonderful Council on Aging many times, Sheila Taylor, and done a couple of presentations there. And hopefully we'll be doing some more when we all break free from our new quarantine lifestyle. So there's a couple things I wanted to bring to you today, and I want to talk about, you hear a lot about this on the news, personal protective equipment. Well, this is principally for healthcare workers, but it's also for, citizen Jane and Jack as well. And I want to go over what they mean, what these things mean, how they protect you, and how you might be able to implement some of this in your own life. The first thing that you might be seeing is these fabric masks. These are not medical masks, but actually Friends of Aberdeen across the North Shore have been making these for us just in case we were ever to need them. These are a two-ply, meaning it has an inside and an outside. I have one here. 2 layers of fabric. Generally, everyone that's making them is putting a print on the front and plain on the back so that you know which side is which. These can be laundered either in your machine, by hand. As long as it's hot soapy water, you're all set. And it's important that if you're going to use one of these masks, it covers your nose and your mouth. I see a lot of this going on. Well, that reminds me of the Christmas Carol, and Bob Marley keeping his chin up, but covering nose and mouth and around the ears. The purpose of the mask is twofold. It is protecting you from what other people may be emitting just out of their breath. It's not a cough or a sneeze. And it's protecting the person you're talking to or around from what you might be breathing out. Now, granted, this is not a medical level of intervention. If you are looking for a second layer of protection, you can do what I've done here with 2 safety pins. Just add a layer of paper toweling underneath. Now, this is a Bounty Quicker Picker-Upper, so it's a nice thick, this is triple ply because I folded it in thirds. If this is too much for you and you find it difficult breathing, then cut it into a single layer or a double layer. This gives you just another layer of protection, more barrier. If it's too difficult for you to breathe in, then, accommodate it to whatever meets your needs. If you have a molded mask like this, maybe this is a N95 mask. This is a medical grade mask. And if you have something that looks like this but is blue and it has the metal on the outside, that's a procedure mask. It's not N95. It doesn't have as much particulate filtering as an N95 mask does, but it certainly is worth using. If some people are using coffee filters, these are brown paper and they're rough. If you have white ones that are a little bit softer, the cutting these to fit and just, it's a conical shape, so just placing that inside the mask for another layer of protection. So whatever kind of mask that you have access to, I am going to encourage you to use this in public places. You probably saw recently on the news that a Market Basket employee has passed away from COVID-19, the coronavirus. And I've been in the grocery store several times in the last month, noticing that none of the cashiers are protected by plexiglass or any mask of any kind. Some people are wearing gloves and some are not. Masks are really important. I actually wear a mask when I walk the dog. I just wear my cotton mask. It gives a message to other people that you're sensitive. There are some people that are not paying as close attention to the protective nature of what we should be doing as perhaps I am or you are. So it's important to give whoever you're coming in contact with in the sidewalk or the store or whatever a message. I'm taking this seriously and I'm wearing my mask. I don't know if you have access to gloves. If you don't, you have access to maybe doggy bags or baggies. And if you're going to the gas station or the ATM or anywhere, I will encourage you to have a layer of something between your skin and the device that you're using. Not because anything is going to get absorbed through your skin. Your skin is an amazing machine of protection. And nothing is sneaking in through the pores. But what's happening is that we are so conditioned to using our hands for everything. When we get anywhere near our nose, mouth, eyes, this is a portal. This is a method of taking that virus and putting it into our own bodies, which obviously we want to avoid. Now, the misconception with gloves, you've probably been into stores and you've seen people handling, food, making a sandwich, and then they go over and they're taking your money and they're putting it in the cash register. Well, true, their hands are staying clean from everything, from food preparation to handling cash, which is the dirtiest thing of all. But that's not going to do anything for precautions or spread or, trying to contain the spread of disease. So once you've got your gloves on, your hands are clean underneath the gloves. So you're going about your business, you're in the grocery store, you're, using your wagon and you're pulling all the stuff off the shelves. And how do you take your gloves off, which are now considered contaminated? Well, you have your credit card or your debit card in your pocket ready to take out and use. It's clean and dirty. It's just, if those of you who ever worked in medical field, it's sterile technique all over again. So we have clean and we have dirty. So right now my hands underneath these gloves are clean, but these gloves are considered dirty. So the big problem is, again, if I'm in the grocery store and I'm touching something with my glove and then I go like this, I might as well just take my face and rub it up against whatever I was picking up. That's the notion of what you keep in mind when you're wearing gloves. It could be a false sense of protection. It is a layer over your own skin, and it's a layer that comes off, which is great. You still need to wash your hands. So after you get done doing what you're doing, pumping your gas, and you've got your credit card ready for payment, I'm going to recommend that you take off one glove. And you're not going to touch your skin because your hand is dirty. Everything's dirty. Pretend it's got peanut butter all over it. So wherever you don't want the peanut butter to be, you won't touch. So you pick up the glove, you pull it out, and then you start turning it inside out. See how I've got my fingers there? My fingers are on the clean part of the glove, and they're pulling the glove inside out. Now I have a clean hand and a dirty hand. So I can reach into my pocket with my clean hand and take out my credit card. I can put the credit card into the machine, and with my dirty hand, I can put in my code or whatever it is I want. I can pump the gas with my dirty hand, and you might take this hand and put it in your pocket, just to remember, or put it on the top of your head or something. This is your clean hand, and you don't want to get it dirty. So you've got a clean hand and a dirty hand. So you're pumping your gas, or you're putting your numbers in, or you're paying at the grocery store. As soon as you get done touching that keypad, you don't want to take this and touch the card again. So with your clean hand, you take the card out and you put it back in your pocket. Have that ready to go. Don't be having your pocketbook out or your wallet out. Before you get into the grocery store, be prepared. Get that card ready to go. Zip it back up in your pocket, and good. You have a clean hand and a dirty hand. So just wanting to go over a little, and if you're going to take your other glove off, you're going to stick your finger inside the glove, and pull it. And so now it's all inside out. So now I've got both dirty gloves wrapped up in the clean side, which was against my skin, and it can be properly disposed of. If you have a Ziploc bag and you leave it in your car, which is what I do, my hands are now considered clean. I go in, unzip the bag, throw this in there, zip it back up again, and then I use the hand sanitizer just to be safe. I also keep some wipes that I have pre-sprayed with some Lysol in a baggie. Go over that, cleaning the steering wheel, cleaning the shift thing, any buttons I might use, any radio, giving the whole thing a clean, putting that in the bag as well. And then when I get home, I go to the sink and I do the best thing I can, which is really wash my hands thoroughly. I'm going to do another short video that we can play about disinfecting your groceries, and that is important, especially in light of the fact that the grocery workers have not had the benefit of protection. Sometimes I see people wearing gloves at the grocery store, and I wonder how much they're handling with one pair of gloves that they might be wearing for a whole shift. Those gloves are protecting them. They're not protecting you. It's important to see that. When you see gloves, do not be misled that you are any safer because the person who you're dealing with is wearing gloves. They're safer, not you. Those gloves are dirty. So I'm Joanne from Aberdeen Home Care. Stay tuned for another video. My friends at the Ipswich Council on Aging, what a beautiful facility and wonderful people you have over there. I look forward to coming over and talking to you about all various things, health related and self-care related, once we are free to venture out of our own living rooms. So until we talk again, please be well, take good care. A lot of my information is available on YouTube, and all you have to do is put in my name. And I'm sure there'll be a graphic with my name on it. And it's Joanne MacInnis, MacInnis. So you can look me up on YouTube for other useful pieces of information about how to stay safe amidst the coronavirus. And I look forward to talking with you soon. Okay, take care. Be well.